PLCs consist of a group of people sharing and critically interrogating their practice in an ongoing, reflective, collaborative, inclusive, learning-oriented, and growth-promoting way. Teachers continuously seek and share learning and act on their learning. The goal of their actions is to enhance their effectiveness as professionals for the learner's benefit. In the following testimonies, teachers share their experiences of belonging to a PLC.
Coming together as teachers is really helpful, not only to discuss the problems, but also the content. How do you deliver content to the learners? How do you teach this type? Because I've been teaching it for a while and I don't think my learners are actually getting it. Someone might give you a smarter way of actually getting it to the learners in a smarter, short version, and then you'll be very grateful for that.
I learned that teaching is not just putting facts on the chalkboard. It's also developing the learners' brains, their learners' attitude. They taught me how to deal with learners who are difficult and also those that are doing well.
We are not that old to learn from each other. As a teacher, you have to perform via steps. PLC is a nice session that we have because when we come together at our sessions, we come and discuss what problem do you have at your school that you want us, or in your classroom, that you want us to come and present.
The first 2 or 3 sessions, we didn't really find our feet, but while doing it, we actually realized that everyone has the same problems we have. Everyone struggles with the same things, we need the same help, and we could actually help each other and find new ideas. And when we came back, we implemented some of the ideas and it's like, oh, this works. So the next time you go back, there's a nice testimony to give, and we really enjoyed, giving the feedback, like, okay, this worked, thank you. And so it really started on a friendship basis and colleagues coming together on a whole different level than just attending a course.
What I love most in our PLC is that we are having the special school of which we are asking them, what are they doing with the learners that we are referring to them? It was so wonderful. We even learned more from them that we should have done that before we can refer learners to special school.
We don't criticize, but we help. We go through that stages together we are like a family.
You get to talk about common issues that no one else really understands until you're in that position. So we get to support each other in that way and say, well, what works for you when this happens? And we say, okay, I can try that. And if it works, it works. If it doesn't, we go back and we say, okay, well, what other options are there? What can we do? So it's good to have that support. It's good to have people who can talk to you about what they are experiencing so that you don't feel isolated in that regard. I don't think that there are many schools who are involved with PLCs, so they aren't actually exposed to much support outside of the department's workshops. And sometimes the department's workshops don't always focus on what we need support for. Whereas PLCs, we get to decide what it is we want to address, decide together how we're going to overcome the issues and strategies that we can implement in the classroom to benefit the learners as well as ourselves.
You need to adapt to your children, and the only way is you have to learn from other teachers because they've been in that situation. You can't always go to the principal and complain, or to your neighbour teacher and complain, because they also have their problems. But if it's away from our school, then they listen and then they found it interesting. It's really nice to know that they know exactly what we are talking about.
We have started without nothing, without anything, but here we are now. We are proud of ourselves, and then we are proud that we're gonna start the PLCs with others so that we can teach them.
As you have seen, all the educators and experts we spoke to see the PLC as an invaluable part of their pedagogical journey. The PLCs help to eliminate insecurities, share practices, and foster a community of educators who can help one another to make education in South Africa the best that it can be.